guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Harry.
Welcome.
And we're here. Oh, wow.
No, we're not.
So, as you guys can see, we have Arares Carrera with us, of course, Joe, and we have Raul from Conquest Racing. So, before we even get this going, I just want to say thanks for joining us, guys. Absolutely fantastic on short notice. I absolutely appreciate it. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Getting the community together, that's what this channel is all about, and I appreciate you guys being here. Fantastic. Let's see who's in the comments before we get going. Doug, as usual, thanks, brother. I absolutely appreciate it. Awesome. Dennis Osborne, thanks, brother.
Doug,
Welcome.
we got to meet Doug. Sorry not to cut you off, but we got
No
to meet
problem.
Doug face to face for the first time. He jumped on Discord. Really glad he got it, got that figured out. So
Nice.
we're moving. Community's
Super.
growing, guys. Community's growing.
Awesome. There's Clearwater. Am I too late?
3 down. Greg, you're 3 down.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
Warren's in the house. Thanks for joining us,
Warren. Yeah. Hi, Warren.
Here's Colt. How's everybody
Colt.
doing? Pretty good from my point of view.
Oh, yeah. Everything's great.
No drama. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it.
Can't believe we're all still at Joe's.
Yeah.
It's Twilight Zone.
It's Twilight Zone. We're going back. We drive back Friday.
Yeah.
There's Harry.
Friday morning.
Oh,
Friday morning.
There's Mr. Fish. Thanks for joining us, Robert. I appreciate it.
No drama. How you doing, man?
406 Speedway. Hi, Theo.
406 Speedway. Thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it.
Dennis.
Gang's all here. Yeah.
Oh, we've Jennifer here as well. Hi, Jen.
Jen's in the house.
Joe, behave yourself.
Oh, like that. How long until you're where are you going? Yoga tonight? Zumba. Tonight's Zumba. So I got 10 minutes before she leaves the house. Then it's
Daniel's in the house. Thanks for joining us, Daniel. Right on. All right, so I think the obvious
Hey,
question, the question of the well, let's start off with the question of the night, I guess. I note Raul is still. You guys are still together. What's happening there?
We're still together. Yeah, we haven't killed each other. Well, Raul.
Yeah, Joe. We're still together. Yeah, Joe.
Well, you asked me something actually important. You told me something very special is happening when we get back in the weekend.
What?
Oh.
Who am I meeting on the weekend?
I don't want to say it right now, Joe. My daughter.
There you go. I've met your daughter before. Oh my god.
I was gonna take you to see my mother, but after Dan put this out there, I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, "Did I hear that right?" Raul's like, "Hey, come over. We're gonna go out. You can meet my mom, and then we're gonna have some dinner." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool. That's we're planning the weekend." Jen turns over. She's like, "Are you guys dating? Like, did you bring your relationship to the next level? You're meeting his mother. Like, what's next? The proposal? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
No, that's what good friends do. You say, right? That's what good friends do.
Meet the parents. Hi, Mrs. Raul. I'm the guy who's spending all the time with your son in the basement.
In the basement.
Yeah, in the basement. Ooh.
Oh
Hey,
my
I
god.
thought we had this talk before the show, Joe.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Joe.
My bad.
Awesome.
I get the sport. I'm really excited tonight because I really get the sport. I don't want to wait till next Saturday. The real reason I'm on is because I really want to sport. I'm allowed to wear this hat now. I earned the Conquest logo.
You earned the dragon.
Yeah, very nice looking hat. Very
Jen,
nice looking lids,
Jen's yelling at
guys.
me from
Very
the other side.
Yeah. Great looking hat, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Never mind. Getting some banter from Jen on the other side. I do want to talk about the other night in the race, though, when we have some time later, because Raul and I have we actually have plans, so we can't stay on too late. But I want to talk about the malfunction in her car. There was actually a malfunction and stuff that happened to our cars, and Dan, you wanted to talk about the lighting kit that I blew up twice,
Yeah.
and I've got Raul's special pack here that he brought, his travel pack.
Oh, nice.
So we can talk about his cars too and whatnot.
Let's see what's in there. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
What's in the box?
what's in the box.
Look at this guy. Look at this professional guy. I'm jealous. I'm coming around with a lunchbox. I keep all my stuff in a lunchbox. This guy comes with his like professional case and you know what I mean?
Okay.
Where's the camera? There we go.
very, very cool.
So
Yeah, it's nothing special.
it's nothing special except the two cars that actually can run on the track are like destroyers of all worlds. No competition whatsoever.
Destroyer of all worlds.
Well, I mean,
A couple demons. Hey,
Yeah.
by chance, have you guys seen that new Gecko?
oh no, but
Gecko
Gecko,
chassis?
no, not the new one, but the Gecko makes some really good cars.
Gecko is amazing. If we
Yeah.
could just if they could just get us the chassis, I wrote to them twice.
And they didn't want?
They didn't write back because I wanted to order the GT3 Porsche and GT3 RS with the Gecko chassis in 124 scale.
Okay.
I wrote to them, but they didn't write back.
Oh. Did you get any
And
luck
I
then?
asked Nico to chase them down for me too.
Okay. Dan, did you have any luck? Are you ordering something from them?
I was looking at it right now. I've just come across them. Their chassis looks like it was metal/carbon fiber.
It's carbon fiber, yeah, with magnetic attachments for the body of the Carrera Porsche. Well, whichever body you choose from Carrera, 1 in 24 scale,
yeah,
they'll
they got
modify the chassis to have the magnetic mounts, and so it's easy to pop off the body and pop it back on.
Oh man, that chassis looked fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
and it is amazing. Like I wanted so bad. Like I wanted to get 4 of them so I could have like a 1 in 24 like race with all 4 Porsche GT3 RSs. But they never got back to me.
Wait a minute. The Gecko. You're going to spend that kind of money and you won't even buy one Michael Nemus car?
I got 4.
Not again.
The Geckos are like $800 each.
Yeah, I know.
I give up. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey guys, I just want to say we've Easy E. Hello, Easy. Welcome to the channel. We've Todd's Tojo popped in. We've
Hey, Todd.
Mike. We've Chris. Welcome, Chris. And I think that's everyone. I think we've caught
Chris,
up on.
yeah, I think it's high.
There's Easy.
Oh my god! And I just want to mention something to Todd. Todd, yeah, the roasted peppers, the way you do them is the same way I do them. Perfect.
You guys
We're on the same.
change recipes.
No, we
Discord
exchange
too?
recipes, bro. Yeah. Discord's the place, bro. Discord's the place. You got to be on there more often.
Hey, there's a question I had for Rahul. Rahul, have you been allowed to cook a meal yet in Joe and Jen's place?
Have I been allowed to cook a meal yet?
Yeah, have you cooked them a meal?
I tried.
You tried.
I've done a little bit here and there.
You
Oh,
cooked
okay.
your second meal. Raul is actually a really good cook, and tonight was his second. The second time he cooked for us. He won't let Jen cook, so they're like kind of like tag teaming. So I get to come home, and there's like burgers. We got moose burgers tonight. Last night was a beef. What cut was it? A bavette, and here in Quebec we call it a bavette. I don't know, beef. A what? Beef flap. Bavette sounds better. So we had bavette on the barbecue, which is probably. She's like, it's called a beef flap. I'm like, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just interested. I just thought. I wondered did Rahul cook something interesting for you guys? Yeah.
Oh, he did. It was really good. I've been pretty spoiled. Bye, babe.
Bye, Jen.
Goodbye.
All right.
About 30 seconds, we can go wild. Hold on. About 30 seconds.
Wait for the door. Ka-clunk. Okay, let's go.
Bye.
Bye.
And
right,
she's
grab
gone.
grab the alcohol quickly.
Let me load up the timer.
No, Raul's been.
Train? Oh, I'd love that. How long was that trip on the train?
4.5 hours.
Oh man, I'd love that. I absolutely love train travel.
Yeah,
You had
it
you had
was
an
my
issue though.
first time. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm not. I just have with my Minera. Sometimes it gets trippy when I was facing the wrong way on the train.
Oh,
Oh
you're
yeah,
sitting
don't face the
backwards.
wrong way on the train. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Hmm.
So the first hour was pretty rough for me because I was
yeah,
feeling nauseated. But then after that, it was okay.
yeah. No, I love traveling by train. If I'm facing the right way, that's important. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
very strange going the wrong way.
Yeah.
But,
It's never
yeah.
bothered me the thing. Harry, I didn't get a chance last time because you had some issues with your internet, but I forgot to tell you. You look like a substitute teacher I once knew with that poster behind you
All right. Yeah.
with the world
That's in
map.
case he
Careful.
forgets where he lives.
You better be careful, or I'll be putting you in detention.
I'll be flipping you the bird and sneaking out.
Check this out, guys.
Oh, nice.
This is what
Nice.
Alex sent me. That's the glow in the dark 3D printed box cover.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it actually works really good. Really good. Oh, and the other thing was I now got the parts for the non-AFX digital slot car.
Okay, cool.
But while we're talking about that, super quickly, this just happened. Auto World just dropped this. Oh, it's already here. Where is it? It's behind the scene. There it is. It's hard to see though.
Malfunction.
I'll have to switch to a different
Let's
scene.
see if everything was working okay.
I don't know why I can't get this on the scene right now. Damn it. All right.
I'll fix them up in a while. Don't worry. While Dan is doing that, I'd just like to say to my old mate Joe from was it? How do you say your
You're
name again?
What?
Herrera's Carrera. I just want to say thanks to Joe. He sorted out my computer 100%. It was a complete disaster last week, and he came in. He sorted out my internet, everything. So 100%, Joe. Thanks very much for that.
No worries. No worries. I've been
He's
there
a
before.
wizard.
I've been no, not really a wizard. I've been there before, and I know how frustrating it can be. And I was glad that we could sort it out because the thought of you not being able to go on YouTube, I was like, nah, we got to sort this out really, really quick. It's all good, but
Help the needy. Help Harry. He hasn't a clue what he's doing. He's a complete dinosaur on the computer.
Okay, so I'm trying to get this darn picture up here. I don't know why it's not coming up.
all right.
Hi, Clint. Welcome to the show.
Let me try this. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Let me do this.
That's
Oh,
so there was something
all
wrong with
sorts.
it. I'll scrap it.
Sorts of it.
I don't know. It's not coming on.
We'll figure it out.
They got a new axle.
Yeah.
It's $3.
Is Warren on the chat? Does he sell?
Are you guys still doing that?
Yeah, we are. It's just with Mia right now. She's just gone to high school, and it's her first year. So
Yeah.
she's still really excited about it. It's just that with just starting new school and stuff, it's just been really tight to get timings.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I know. Yeah, with starting school, it's a huge thing. So I can understand that. But
And
well,
now she's singing, so she actually has some live performances coming up. So,
oh wow, very good, excellent. So
so
she's a good singer, yeah.
She is. She actually is.
Oh, super.
And I want
I
to say hi.
used I used to, I used to think I was a good singer until I actually heard myself, and I was like, oh no,
We're all good singers in the shower. That's how I know.
yeah.
What do you need fronts for, Joe?
The fronts is because okay, so I opened up Jen's car, the one that
Yeah.
she was like madly complaining about that whole night, and not only was there not only was there actual that I tested some glitches that I've had before with the Carrera motors, so I got out to do some testing on that.
Yeah.
Her front axle, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the front axle, um,
Hang on.
probably, no, it's okay, probably not, but you probably can't see that on the camera, but it's really wobbling. Like if you just look at this tire, what? Why is it? What's wrong with this thing?
It's because picking up faces and you cover your face, it runs away from you.
Yeah, the tire is very warped. It's jumping around like that. Yeah.
And I thought it was just needed. Yeah, it's. So Warren, if you have an extra front axle, can you throw that in my box? That
Which
box.
which car is that, Joe?
It's the Mercedes. It's
Oh,
the
right,
AMG.
AMG.
Yeah.
Joe, did you take the axle out and roll it on a mirror or something to make sure it is actually the axle?
Yeah, I was gonna do that right now. But
Okay,
Joe
yeah.
touched the car.
What do you mean? Why would I?
Yeah, we have to take it out to check if the
To see
axle.
if the axle is warped. You
Oh,
roll it on a mirror.
body?
Yeah, it
Okay.
could be your body.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't trust Carrera tires.
Well, you'd have to pop these. Anyway,
Okay. I'm sure it's the axle. We're good.
no, I don't think it is.
I know it is. I don't
It
need you
might be the way the plastic wheel is mounted onto the axle. Maybe the axle is still rolling okay.
Could be. Might have to chew it down. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. So that's one.
Well, I think that's the downside to Carrera just permanently mounting them on there, right?
Yeah, like there's no real.
Is that what Skillectrics does? Do they mold them on to the mount?
I can't tell you. I had the one Skillectric car I have is all-wheel drive, so it is all mounted because there's a gear on it, the front and back. So it's all-wheel drive. So the back tires drive the front tires as well. So it is permanently mounted, but that's for all-wheel drive. I couldn't speak to the other cars. And what do you know, Skillectric? You know if they're
Yes, it's solid, man. It's mounted in. It's same as Carrera.
You're taking apart my car now?
What are you
Taking
talking
apart my
about?
car? You're gonna break my car on live TV?
Bushing is tight.
Yo,
No, the bushings are not tight.
No, okay.
No.
That was Daniel's. Todd, well played, Harry.
And and then the motor. I don't know if you guys anyone else has experienced it. If you don't, like some of these cars, if you just put them down and start playing with them and whatever, and you don't really do a proper break-in, you risk having them jump. And I think what's happening is the brushes. That we spoke about this. That the brushes are collecting too much carbon, and there's just no contact. Like you'll just hit the gas, and like the motor just doesn't even want to go. They're
Right.
just jammed in there. And the one motor that I did try to fix to break in once that was happening just ended up exploding. So it was just like, okay, well, it's a ruined motor. It's what you get for the lower end motors for Carrera, but there is a way. And so I mean, I'm a big advocate of like there should be at least a very minimal way of. Hey, Carlos, how's it going, man? Good to see you. At the very minimum, there should be a soft
I think
break
the
in that you
wheels
should do.
bent.
You think the
Not-
wheels bent?
It's not your motor. It's not your axle.
Axle? Wheel could be bent.
It's the rim.
The rim?
The rim is not seated properly.
Okay. We can fix that.
Yeah.
We can fix that.
That's the problem.
You know how we fix that? Warren.
Melt.
Yeah.
That's how we fix that.
He's got the parts.
Hi,
And that's-
Carlos.
So, Raul, what do you got on your bench? What are you working on, slot car
I
wise?
need track layout.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen you've been very busy there, man.
So yeah, that's gonna be my next. Mm, I actually enjoy doing new layouts. So I found that after 6 months, I'm tired of my layout, and then it's a good time for me to change up.
Right.
And yeah, so I built a new layout now. I've actually cut down also the table size, so I don't have the L anymore.
Hmm.
But the track is still longer. It's still 24 feet by 4 feet wide, so a
Yeah.
pretty long track.
You'll be able to air it out quite a bit there then.
Yeah, it's got 4 long straights on the track now, so
Nice.
should be able
Yeah,
to.
the new track is looking good.
Yeah, but I have to build 4 of the magnetic racing bridges because the track is 18 inches above the surface, so
Oh yeah.
it's got a huge climb. So it should be interesting.
Man, that'll be a nice build too, those bridges, eh?
Yeah, yeah, because the track goes over my pits, my pit lane. So and then each pit building has the spectator like the VIP centers on top. So
Yeah.
that's a clear, but double the height.
Oh man.
So it should be
Cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll here's Clearwater. Once you remove the Carrera wheel, you can just add an aftermarket wheel to the axle.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
a staffs or something.
So Greg, have you experienced? Because I heard that these, I mean, they're sonically welded. So will I not have the twist on the axle?
Mm.
Is there any work to
There's
be?
knurling at the end of this.
Yeah, that's it. There's knurling. So how can you put a third party on there?
But you don't. You just buy a new.
Oh, the
axle,
plastic, right.
and
The
then you
plastic.
get a
right.
new CB, like a CBU design wheel,
Right.
on
Okay.
it, or a staff's wheel, and replace the front end.
Oh, you just pop it on.
Yeah, and then you can
Just
take
pop it on. Yeah.
off these bushings off. So just as long as you have the right axle diameter, which is 2.7 or 2.
Well, we're going back to your place. I'll just probably take something off the shelf.
That's fine. I'll give you
Just-
a.
Just rip the front wheels off it, put it back.
Are you using
Generally, a lot of those aftermarket wheels are the tolerances will be much better. So
Oh,
you know it'll probably sort out your problem with that jumping around. Because I did see that. I saw Jen was having a lot of trouble with that car on the Monday live
Yeah.
race.
I had no troubles in my car.
Yeah.
I was driving his slowest. What?
Oh, yeah, it's
What
true.
did you say?
You were driving.
I was
good,
driving
yeah.
the slowest car of his, and I still won.
Second slowest.
Second slowest. So,
It was great fun. I enjoyed watching it. It was a great laugh as usual. Top stuff. Yeah.
Oh, we're trying. I'm trying to get the. Yeah, I apologize again for the technical difficulties, and we'll try to figure all that out as we go along.
I told you, get a mesh router.
Mesh router. Yeah,
Because I
that's not
noticed
happening.
your modem's up there. If you get a mesh router, it will bring a lot of signal to
It's plugged in at the bottom. My phone's plugged in at the bottom.
mesh router.
No, okay, we're not having this conversation. We're not having this conversation right now.
You wire it in?
Yeah, there's a wire all the way down.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It's not wireless. Go wireless.
okay.
Anybody? Yeah, Harry, are you still plugged in? You took my advice, right? You're plugged in.
I do mine.
I'm plugged directly in. Yeah, I haven't moved the router since. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I go wireless.
Yeah.
But I have a
You're-
mesh router.
Did you say you're wireless, Ro?
Yeah, but I have a mesh router. Mesh
Oh.
router with 6E connection.
Yeah.
It's super fast.
I have.
I just got optic fiber too. So
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
Him and Elon Musk are best friends. They're talking every other day.
whatever. You're the one with the new toy today.
What new toy?
You know, you got your new package today.
Yeah, that you didn't help me
so-
out. I told you to say that it was yours.
I'm
Jen
not lying
Jen
to
comes. She's
Jen.
like, "What did you order now?" And I'm like, "Nothing. It's rules." Like, Raul ordered something. And she believed me.
What
she
did
believed
you
me.
order now?
She's like, "What did you order now?" And I'm like, "It's Raul's." She's like, "Oh, okay." And then this guy's like, "Oh,
And
Joe's
then
package came in."
Warren texted me and asked me if I want him to send the 2 Porsches up with your box. I was like, "Oh, Joe has another box coming." Right?
Yeah. You didn't tell her that, did you?
No, I never said
Oh.
anything.
Really?
I haven't said anything to Jen about the box,
Oh my
but I
god.
was thinking to myself, this is getting dangerous.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's another 4 or 5 days of that to go, so you're going to get caught out sooner or later.
Well, now what I do is I get my stuff shipped to my dad's place.
Well, yeah,
Okay, Jen will see that now later. She'll check
Yeah,
the cast
I
later.
mean, just not clueless.
just
Pretty
just
good
wait.
bit.
Raul's going to be getting delivery notices to his phone too.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. No, Warren's. I believe Warren's wife is popping into to Toronto, and where she's going is literally 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from a family member of mine, and I'm seeing that family member the week after. So it was just a way to
Sure, sure.
yeah, because she's going to be already there, and you know,
Sure.
Warren, I appreciate that, Warren. I appreciate Warren's better half doing that. They're really a great couple, and Warren's a really great guy. If you guys haven't spoke with him yet, please do. Please check out his shop. If he doesn't have it, he will get it for you 100%.
Yeah.
And speaking of percentage, IRR10 gets you 10% at Warren's website. So let's just do that plug.
Do
And
it.
That's always a
Do it
nice
now.
little what's that called? Sponsorship, a mini sponsorship from Warren. Really, really appreciate that. Same thing with the GRL guys. GRL guys get the same treatment. If you're part of the GRL, Warren is our official sponsor for this year, and he's got some really nice prizes for us, and he's really helping out the guys. So yeah, shameless plug. There you go.
No problem.
Cool. Why not? Why not? Just welcome HSF, and we have Clint there as well. Just welcome, guys.
Okay,
Did
so
you?
I've now figured out how to get a picture of that new chassis from Auto World on the screen, like a crazy nut job, like I couldn't figure it out before. But here it is. This is the new one from Auto World. All right.
Cool.
So you can see now it's a can motor as opposed to a very laborious pancake motor.
Oh wow.
This is only what AFX has been doing now for about 10 years. So but it's nice that they're finally getting to it, and hopefully we'll find that their profit gets a little better, because when you put together a motor that has 9 moving parts to it and they all need to work correctly in order for the car to move, it's very, very costly, especially when it cannot be done by a robot. It has to be done by hand, so somebody's putting together these tiny little motors. So this should give, just like AFX, it should give Auto World a little more breathing room, hopefully, and maybe they'll start doing a little R&D with some other stuff. So it's very revolutionary. And if you look at this, when I'm doing my my digital HO cars, okay, what I need to do is, you can see here how they've wired the shoes.
Okay.
That's everything I've had to do to bypass the motor on an HO car. I had to bypass the motor, and that way I can disconnect the motor just like this. I disconnect the AFX motor, and then I add lead wires to it. And then, of course, what I need to do is I need to add lead wires from the top of the shoes and disconnect the motor so that I can put a digital chip in between there.
Okay.
Now you see the genius of this kind of chassis. You see that right there, the red and the blue wire looks just like a Revo slot to me, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Clip, clip.
Yes,
Digital
very much
chip right
simplified
there.
now.
Ding.
Yeah.
So now I don't have to do any variation of the chassis at all. Auto World is going to produce it for me, and all I need to do is do the same thing I do for my Revo slots and just cut the wires and put the digital chip in there. They've done it all.
There you go.
You see,
Great
so
stuff,
now
yeah.
now I don't need to tear apart the chassis and put a new motor in it, put the motor in and out and that kind of thing, right? With the old chassis. Auto World's just going to produce it for me with the wires already attached. And then I'll put it underneath something like this.
Oh,
I
cool.
see Lighttech is asking, is that the same motor? Like the E200 Carrera size motors?
No, that's
it can't be.
What's that? Marabuchi. Same as a Marabuchi. Like the
teeny.
E200.
I'll blow it up a little bit here.
Wow, it's really teeny.
Yeah. Wow, that's tiny. Yeah.
Nice.
So what I had to do before is I would have to completely tear apart the AFX chassis. And then I would need to put it back together, but not using the setup that they had, because like I said, I need to disconnect the motor directly from the shoes. And the way they have it set up, the shoes were linked to the chip that used to be in the cars, because there's a chip in all AFX cars.
Dan, did you make those holes
What holes?
on the chassis?
No, you mean here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the way AFX looks when it's stripped down. Or
Is that for weight or for flexibility?
it's just they're just ultralight.
Okay. Okay. All right. It looked like you did them.
No.
Okay.
And just so you guys can see, here's how labor intensive the old. Okay, this is the old chassis. Okay. See all the parts in there?
Oh wow.
Okay. There's one here. 1, 2, 3. 3 gears on the top. Check that shit out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 springs, 7, 8. All need to be working correctly in order for this chassis to move.
It's a ton of connectors, isn't it?
Ton of work, and it all has to be put together by hand, because as you can clearly see, a robot would not be able to do this.
Oh wow.
So now when I show this one, look at the difference now.
Yeah.
And here, look at the bottom. Look at the bottom of this one. Looks like something Darth Vader would fly in on. So,
And I mean, that should add reliability as well, shouldn't it? There's less moving components, so.
Well, it should be more profitable, like I said, because very labor intensive.
Also,
you know.
Yeah,
And in terms of any slot car production, you know, you can't keep at this. This is too costly, very costly. So, you know, and the digital HO team that I'm working with now sent me generic chassis with 2 different styles of motor, both the long can motor. You can see it up top right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long can motor. And then they gave me, it's right there. This is the motor. It's got the Carrera attachment already on it. You can see the lead right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's the long, skinny version. And then they have the labor-intensive version I was just talking about right there. And then, of course, you have to build that. So this motor right here, this is a good example. This is perfect. This motor right here, this is the arm. You need, see all these parts floating around in here?
Yeah, because that's just the armature.
Right.
Yeah.
This is all, boom, just fits in.
It's easy to replace too, right? I mean, you don't have to worry about.
Very easy. Very easy. Yeah.
Good for them. Good for Auto World.
I'm kind of excited about getting this one built, because this one isn't attached to any large scale HO company. It's a generic chassis with generic parts.
There you go.
Yeah. So, and as you guys already seen, the Auto World chassis are pretty deluxe right now for, you know, digitizing them. And who's to say that maybe Auto World's not thinking about it too, because there's a chip in the car. So,
Cool.
Harry, what do you got? What are you working on? What'd you get in?
Oh, a couple of things. I'll be doing a review on this TTS 124 scale.
Oh, very nice.
That's their front wheel drive car.
Oh,
front
wow.
wheel drive. So that's something different. I'll be doing a review on that during the week. I've seen people try to run them. I've seen people try to run them before, and they couldn't get them running right. I got this running absolutely lovely, so I'm going to do a review. And the other thing,
for that, Harry,
sorry,
you have to add weight to the back of that to get the balance right.
I didn't know, but I had to mess about with the front axle. I had to do some sanding on the rear axles because they were binding, and I adjusted the chassis a little bit as well because it was catching on the arches. but it's running lovely now. And you've got that unique problem where it's front wheel drive, so you got to have it slotted in with the guide, but you got to also make sure your front wheels are touching. Where with other slot cars, a lot of people don't want their front wheel touching. Where
Yeah.
this, you have to have the front wheel touching. So it's a whole different. And the tires actually wear down quite a lot.
Oh wow!
You can
Look at
probably see blemishes on those tires, But
You
it's a
wouldn't-
great fun car. But the other thing I'm doing is I'm Christmas shopping.
that.
So this is where I get my trees for my track from. As soon as my local shop starts getting these in there, they have these little acorn things. I just pop them off, take off this ridiculous looking base, and I get something there for scenery as well. And that's what I use. And I got a few last year, and then Christmas disappeared. So I've been waiting. So I'm the first person in the local town who's actually excited about the shop starting to sell Christmas stuff. So
we're in the same boat, Harry. I was showing Raul. I found this perfect pine tree. They came on this wood base. It looks like a log. And Jen was like, "Oh, I got that at the dollar store." And when I went, they were all out. And now we went the other day, and I'm like, "Oh, Christmas stuff's coming out." I'm running up and down the aisles. I'm like, they don't have the same crappy products.
Well,
Like,
these are great, and they're much cheaper than ordering them online. And the ones online are usually only that size. These are proper
Yeah.
trees. They look great with they really suit the 1:4 scale. They really look well. It's like a forest, So that's what I'm up to, and I'm starting my first spray job. This used to be from one of the sets from the Carrera set.
Oh, it's the same car.
I've been stripping that. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
what that chassis that you showed there? Which one was it? Which company?
TTS.
The
Right.
TTS. A lot of people started to bypass them, and actually, this car it's a very similar concept. There's actually BRM make the same car, the same Fiat, and the bodies look almost identical. I wonder if they're getting supplied the same. I'm not sure, but you have the metal chassis.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
do you have the BRM handy?
Yeah, hang on. You guys chat for a minute, and I grab the BRM.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, Harry, when you come back, I have a question.
Okay, cool.
More of like a statement. I can fix his problem. I can fix one of his problems. On live TV, on Dan's show, I will fix one of Harry's problems live. You will see this live. I guarantee it.
Uh-oh.
What? Okay, here we go.
Harry,
Well,
the problem that you've got with the front wheel drive, chewing up the tire.
Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly how you're going to fix that.
Yeah, turn it into a rear wheel drive car.
No. You're going to get silicones, buddy.
Oh.
If you get silicones, you'll never have that problem.
No, I'm not getting bloody silicones. I like that gives realism. I'll have to change tires every few months of racing. Okay, so guys, here's the BRM. Okay.
Oh wow!
So that's the BRM of the same car. Now let's just put the two of them together. So there's the front end. Okay.
They're different.
All right.
Yeah.
Then you have the
Not by much.
side view, rear view. Then the chassis, of course, is different because one's rear wheel drive, the other's front wheel drive, of course.
I actually like the TTS.
Me too.
Yeah. And that was the BRM was €127, okay, to buy, and that was sorry, I'm getting mixed up. The BRM was €127 to buy,
Right.
and the TTS has been on special offer now for a few months for €84.
That's pretty good.
Because it's front wheel drive, for some reason it never took off with popularity. And I've seen some people get them and they just couldn't tune them right. I got this. I'm very happy with how this runs. Now, this is a little bit quicker, but for a front wheel drive car, this is very interesting. And it's worth it if in Europe, €84 for a 1/2/4 scale car.
Mm-hmm.
It's good value.
So what you're saying is that we can buy those cars, ship them to your place, have them shipped to you. You're going to tune them and send them out. Harry's tuning. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
If you provide I can fly them direct to Canada if you provide the tickets for the flight, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah,
I'll personally deliver them.
Don't you, Harry?
What's that, bro?
You personally deliver them, right? When we provide all the necessary flight information and stuff, right?
Absolutely. I'm I can do the special offer.
That's it. All you need is your credit card, social insurance number, address. You're good.
So, to the people in the comment section, do you guys own any metal chassis cars? And if you do, what do you think of them? For myself, I guess everyone should know by now that I'm a pretty big Revo slot fan. I really like the weight, the feel of the metal chassis. It's a much different feel than the NSRs and that kind of thing. I like that weight. It feels more
I'm doing
drivable to me, I think.
124 racing now. From now on, I've stopped collecting 132nds.
This is my Revo slots. This is my 124 car, and this metal chassis is pretty awesome.
Right.
And,
That's
yeah,
Scale Auto.
this is Scale Auto. This is an old Scale Auto.
Cool chassis. Yeah, really interesting.
This is hand painted. This was a custom job, not done by me. The front wheels pretty awesome. I mean, it's like spins almost forever. The back tires was the first time I experienced foam tires on my track, which is metal. You say, nice, dude.
Yeah.
And I actually, and it's got this cool little the rubber spoiler, so it can't break. And
cool idea.
The first time, Raul doesn't like it, but I really like.
Not with these.
No, the foam tires on the track, I think, give it such a different drift aspect to the car, and but your car really drifted because it was got the reds. These are the yellows, which are mint, and I got the whites, which are the maximum grip for the scale. So these are Scale Auto foams. Sorry, these are Scale Auto foam tires. They come pre-glued, pre-trued onto the tire, so you just have to pop them on, pop them off, and they're color coded, so you know exactly which tire to use for which surface you're racing.
And which
Hey Joe, tell me about those. Tell me about those wheels, Joe.
Yeah, which shore are they?
Oh,
the softer ones, probably.
So
shore 25, and then
the Scale Auto. It's I don't go by the short because Scale Auto already determines that, and it goes. They have 4 colors. Well, technically 5, but the 4 colors are white, yellow, green, and then red. Red being the ones you want for wood track. Then you can go green for a softer feel, for more less durability, but like less grip, but more durability. And then yellows for plastic, which are meant for the plastic, and then whites for ultimate grip, but with the caveat that the whites will burn out faster. Now, how faster? That's testing now. So,
and what about those wheels, Joe? Tell me about the wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, these are Scale Auto wheels.
Oh no, the wheel. Oh, sorry, the wheels. So sorry if I didn't. The wheels come already pre-glued, pre-trued. It's a kit.
Yeah, but there's different wheels on the rear. Are they not an aftermarket wheel on the rear?
Yes, it's a Scale Auto wheel, but it comes.
Just the front has the insert, Harry.
Oh yeah.
The rear doesn't have the insert on it.
Yeah, there's just a plastic.
The plastic insert that gets fitted on top.
I think it looks way cooler without the plastic insert.
It looks great without the insert. Yeah,
I believe that too. Absolutely.
I pop them off.
Yeah, it looks fabulous with the insert.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's like a deepish alloy wheel. Yeah.
That's why the staffs look so good, right? But I can't. There's no choice when you buy the foam tires, they come pre-assembled, so you're at the manufacturer's mercy at that point. And this is
nice car.
There you go.
That's a Slot Invasion, right?
Yeah, that's Slot Invasion. But you could see how incredible it makes the car look without the insert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looks really good, man.
I kind of like the double look. I kind of like the back and the front tires being different. Personally.
I do too. Yeah, I like that.
I might just paint
Joe.
Yeah, buddy.
Joe and Greg is asking, is that the Nico car? Nico, is that the car Nico sent you?
Yes, this is the car Nico sent me. This is the car Nico sent me, and the car I set on fire twice. So I'm so sorry.
The smoking car.
So when he sent it to me, right? Because this was a car that Nico also had secondhand. He raced this in a 24-hour race, so it was set up for that. And I'm seeing some blemishes. And then he goes, okay. He goes, this you'll start messing around with this car, no problem. Don't worry about it. He's like, don't expect like a perfect car. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, don't even send me anything. It's okay. And so he sends me this car, and I noticed that there was some wires. I'm gonna try to open it up, which is really nice. If you guys haven't seen that, you just pull on the body, and the body just pops out here. I don't want to. It's gonna fall out. So you pull these. The guys who scratch build will know about this. You just pull this off, and it comes right off. Kind of open it up.
Yeah,
This thing is nice. Like it's got some nice weight to it, and you've got the body float, all carbon fiber here. So the body will float on this. Sorry, the camera's here.
So what's your thoughts on foam on Carrera, Joe?
Okay, so I love it. It's a different race.
You haven't raced on it, really.
No, but I've ripped this car around, and I could sit there for hours ripping this car on there. And the foam on the plastic, keeping in mind that my track is super clean because I run silicones.
But if I put a Carrera car against this car on foam, the Carrera car would dust it.
No, the Carrera car would kill it for sure.
Yeah, because the foam tire, he's saying that the foam tire is easy to drive, but it's not easy to drive because it's not even gripping. It's spinning on your track.
But it's a completely different.
So you're drifting on your
the
track.
first time I put this car on the track, Nico had his custom tires. Okay, so that was his concoction of whatever, sulfites and whatever day it was and whatever magic he pulled out of the air to put in that tire, whatever grease and suntan lotion his wife was using at the time, whatever. Right? He's the professor. He's the alchemist.
Thanks for joining us, Colt.
And I totally put that on the track, and this car was sliding everywhere, but the feeling of it was awesome. I fell in love with it. I was like, wow, this is really cool. This car is driving like it's on ice. And Nico's like, oh, you like that? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, why don't you try the yellow tires? So I pop on some yellow tires, and the grip automatically changed. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I have more control. So now I want to try the maximum tire, which is the white, which I have. And I'm going to try them.
Once again,
I love it. I love it.
Just to answer your question, foam tires do not grip on Carrera track.
This is incorrect.
Hold on,
this is incorrect.
Let me finish.
Okay, finish.
They spin, so you actually what's happening is the tire is spinning as you're driving, and you're kind of drifting around the track, which is what Joe likes. Though softer the tire, obviously you get a little bit more grip, but the tires never grip fully. Because if I put a Carrera car down and I did the same thing, it will fly through the track.
Yeah, because you're using
rubber tires,
silicone tires.
Well, even rubber tires on a Carrera car.
Yeah, but say how it is. Silicone is the way to go. I mean, this just
okay. Anyway, so to answer your question, Harry, the foam tires do not grip on Carrera track. They do not.
Yeah.
Would I be correct in saying that foam tires are kind of like it feels like they're dusty when you're driving?
No, because if you treat them with lighter fluid, what happens is they open up their pores, and then it will actually grip on the track a little bit. Okay. But they're meant for wood track or with a really if you put them on a really rough plastic track, they'll just chew them up. So they're really meant for wood, where it's like a smooth painted surface where they can actually grip.
Yeah.
Scale Auto has it on their website that the yellow and then the max are meant for plastic track. Now, should that plastic track be rubbered in? Probably. That's probably where I'll change my tune and say yes. Foam tires
rubbered in.
Should be rubbered in on a rubbered in track or a foam. Oh my god! Not rubbered on, rubbered in. It's late for Harry in Latvia.
I caught
Hey, thanks. Sorry, thanks EZA. He has to head off, and Colt as well. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's it. So I'm enjoying them. That's the point, and I'm gonna do some videos on that and do some testing. And I think it'd be really don't look
testing
at that.
Testing would be interesting to see how them foams go on the Carrera track, just to see how it is, because I know. Yeah, they're called foam, but they're sort of a rubber type foam, aren't they? They're not actual foam.
Yeah. And you have to
like a rubberized foam.
You guys have to remember that this is a 124, so it's super heavy on a metal chassis. So I understand where the tires are going to start spinning out because they got a lot more weight to push.
Right.
I'm going to be transferring that onto the 132. So the tires I got are for 132s. So they should be lighter. They should give more grip. This is my theory. And I'm going to, I'll bring you guys along for the ride. Just be patient. I know I haven't put out a video in a while, but it's just is what it is. And
let's try.
that's
cool.
what works.
Rahul, you said you're doing 124 cars now. What are they going to be? Carreras, BRMs? What are you thinking?
Right now, Harry, the ones I got is all Carrera 124s. But yes, my goal is to get like a set of 4 BRMs digitally tuned, then a set of 4 TTS digitally tuned, then a set of 4. Just do sets of 4s so that you can race in different classes with the different cars.
No. I mean, if you had the BRM version of this Fiat, say, and I think they do a couple of different versions. Well, if you had that racing against the BRM Mini, the Mini Cooper, and something.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Mini Cooper, Harry. I was looking all over Stock Car Fest as well. I was going to buy 4 Mini Cooper 124s as soon as I see them. So,
thanks.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I mean, a few years ago, BRM had the most beautiful race livery minis. They were gorgeous. But lately now, you can only get the plain color, the green, and I think one other color. And it's not the same. The race livery ones look amazing.
Yeah, so I'm waiting on that. But right now, I have full Porsche GT1s from BRM. So I will be digitally chipping those.
I look forward to seeing that. That'd be good. Cool. Yeah.
And what do you think? Obviously, you've had some interaction with both of them, Raul. What do you think of the TTS and the BRM?
Oh, they're both. You know what? They're very comparable. They're almost identical in terms of how they're put together and their craftsmanship in both of them.
Right.
I find it 124 obviously because they're bigger and larger. There's more attention to detail. I think with the 124 cars, especially straight out of factory. So you tend to get tend to get them going much faster. I feel than the 132nd sometimes.
Yeah.
And also, it's a little bit. It's a very different in terms of driving because they're much slower.
Yeah.
But you get a lot more like interaction with like people who fall off as much. And
but did you notice, Rahul, that you can actually it's just a psychological thing, but you can actually feel the weight of the car when you're controlling it into the corners and accelerating out of the corners and.
Yeah, you can roll the car into it. You can, there's a lot more mechanics and physics going on with the car at that scale. And they're less twitchy. So you could have a really hard corner and you'll still be able, you can control the car with balance on the throttle to get it around trickier things. Whereas with 132nd, you'll find them, they'll hook and they'll peel off the track or whatever. With 124, you don't get that. You get a lot more swerve and weight transfer as it comes through the corners. So it's actually, I'm looking forward to doing slow motion with them, Harry, obviously. And my new track is purposely built so I can get like a 4-lane look. It was inspired by your 4-lane, actually, and Marty's. Yeah. So I purposely built my track so in one corner, you can actually see all 4 cars coming around the track at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So,
super. Yeah, they look great. And the 124s, they're so nice to film, to photograph and everything. They're really, you've got that extra bit of size. I really like them. The only reason I stopped buying BRMs was just the price. They're expensive. They are expensive. And so I have about 7 BRMs. So that was enough for the moment. But if they bring out any more race liveried minis, I'll definitely be getting some of those.
Is what I'm looking for sure. But yeah, I think you say they're more expensive, but I think there's less of them coming out every year, so you don't get as many. So
you get the ones you want, and then you got to wait. They don't bring out so many. They bring out a few, and then you might have to wait a couple of years before something new comes out. In the BRM. So.
The TTS Formula 1 that they made, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that is super detailed. So if there was something that, if you wanted a work of art, I think the TTS Formula 1 that they released was amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really highly detailed cars. I really
Yeah.
like that look. I think that's what I like
Yeah,
about the Revos too, right? It's just they're so detailed.
yeah. Revo slot. I presume Revo slot and BRM are, if they're not directly connected, there's definitely some sort of connection there with the way they're produced. They're just like the same car in just a bigger scale. Now, someone said to me that they're different companies, but I find it hard to believe,
Oh, they're the
that they're
same
not somehow
company.
connected.
Harry, they're both made in the same factory. It's just BRM is the 124 version of the one of the Revo Slot
Yeah,
1/2.
and that's what I said, and someone said no, no, and I was thinking, no, they're too similar to be separate companies completely. You know.
So two things. One, Dan, just letting you know, I got your text now. My phone just beeped, and when you texted me before, I just got it now. So sorry about that.
Awesome.
Weird, technology. I guess they're mad at me at Fido for the argument we had this morning. Secondly, I remember we were having this conversation, and someone said, "Oh, you've got a collection of cars," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I started collecting, analog cars that are not 132, that are not chipped."
Mhm.
And I remember the reason I'm actually doing that was because I think I was on. I forget who said it. I think it was on Marty's Live, and I had asked a question about analog cars, and someone says, "Well, just buy one of all, and then you'll figure it out." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I took it to heart. So now I have MR slot car, Revo slot, which I love. I love my F40s, which I'm probably
Yeah.
going to use Revo slot as my F40 collectors. So MR slot car, Revo slot, Scalextric,
Carrera.
Carrera, but analog cars. Then I have
NSR? No.
and I have one NSR coming, so I'm going to have that one to test
Yeah.
out. Shh, don't tell Jen. What other
slotted?
analog? No, I don't have a slotted yet.
I
I have a scale auto.
Yeah, sideways.
I
Well,
don't
wait
have
a minute. You have a Mr. Slot car.
Yeah, so I'm
you
just
got
trying
a
to figure
slotted?
out. I'm just trying to figure out which cars.
Pretty much you do. Because
That's why I'm kind of like waiting on it, because I'm just like whatever. But a slotted, I want a Ferrari signed by Maurizio Ferrari, but that'll probably never happen. So, is there anything else that I'm missing?
I can name a lot of cars.
Scale auto.
Have you anything by Avance yet?
I have scale auto.
Okay, should we start at the top? You have a fly car?
No,
Do you have a sideways car?
no.
Do you have a G slot car?
And it
A G slot car? What's a G
Yeah.
slot car? That sounds
Exactly.
dirty.
So no.
Okay.
You have electric.
Yes, I have one Scalextric car.
You have. Do you have Thunder slot?
Yes, Thunder slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
NSR.
NSR.
I have one coming.
Slotted.
No, I don't have a slotted, so that's 4.
Oh, you got to get some slide.
Slot.
Revo slot, yeah.
Carrera. You got Advanced slot.
No,
Fly slot.
we said fly. That was the first one.
What else?
Yeah, nice one. The shadow.
SEX.
So I'm missing 5.
SCX.
Well,
Ninko.
SCX Electrics. I have
it's
Ninko.
not. No.
No.
SCX is not Scalextric. Be careful.
Okay, so I'm missing
Used
6.
to be Scalextric, but it's not Scalextric.
Okay, so I'm missing 6. Where do I get a G slot? Tell me about this G slot. This magic. G
Yeah, you want to know about the G
You
slot?
can't get anymore. It was released in Japan and they no longer make it. I have the full collection.
You have the full collection. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who has everything.
G slot. Don't that come with the little figures too?
Yeah, so the G slot is like when you look at the chassis underneath, it's an RC chassis. You can expand it width-wise, length-wise. It like transforms. It's like it's got more screws in it than anything you've ever seen in your life. I'll show it to you.
Joe, of course, one we absolutely missed. Todd just say Pioneer. Have you any Pioneer?
Oh, Pioneer. Okay, so that's 7.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
you gotta get some Legends. Oh, they're amazing.
But okay, hold on. Are they 132?
They're not a 132. I think they're supposed to be 130 or something like that. But you know them, the Pioneer Legends. They're fabulous cars.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
And their factory tires, they're actually fantastic fun. They really are.
They're fantastic, are they?
Yeah, I love them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're actually 1 in 30 scale. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you Google Pioneer Legends and have a look at the real cars with the driver standing beside them, these cars are tiny. There's a seat in it just for one guy, and they have Yamaha motorcycle engines in them. You should Google them and look at them racing on YouTube. They're
Well,
fantastic
I've
little
seen
cars.
Todd. I've seen Todd working on them. I don't know if he's still in the
Mhm.
chat.
Not stock cars version, the rail car version.
No, I know he's talking about that, but I've seen Todd working on the Pioneers and talking about and the guys around in and around the community. And
I
okay,
have a lot of Pioneers
you have a lot of Pioneers.
because I have all the Chargers. I have the Chargers and I have, yeah. They're the only company that makes Dodge Chargers, like proper ones, old school 70s. Come
When
on.
we get back, you're gonna be buying yourself a Subaru because you
I
saw
have
what.
Subarus.
No,
I
no, a
have
real
race-
car.
I have rally cars, real cars.
Yeah,
Okay, we're
your
not.
Charger is not
This
gonna
is
make
Dan's
it.
show. This is not your show.
Sorry.
Behave yourself.
We actually have 5 minutes. Raul and I actually are going out. We got some friends coming over, so we might have to jump off and
Polycar. You forgot Polycar.
Polycar. Yeah, I got Polycars coming. Okay, so it's 8. That's 8.
Okay, I have a quick question before you. If you're thinking of going, I have a quick question for you, to both of you. What is your personal
Yes.
favorite car this year so far?
Good question. Good question.
Oh. Okay, so my favorite right now, Harry, is the new
Mhm.
Valentino Rossi SCX Audi R8 that I got.
Okay, yeah, the Audi.
Closely followed by the Batman because it's just a presence on the track.
Okay.
Which
The-
Batman one?
The old one, with the big win, the one that just came out from Skelectric. It's
Oh,
so
yes.
huge. And the thing that really caught my attention was everyone, like my daughter. I took my daughter and her friend to Ernie's, and we walked in, and they both were struck by the car immediately, like because it was such a presence. It just
Right.
looks like it looks like it's menacing. Just looks fabulous. So
Yeah, it's
I
huge.
don't know how it
huge
drives.
car.
It's never been driven once yet, but yeah.
Wow, it'll be great to see when they do Batman 2 coming out soon with Michael Keaton,
Yeah,
because that is the car that he drives.
yeah.
Yeah. Man.
That's my favorite one.
I thought it was
What
really.
about you? What about you, Joe? Oh, before we go, just I want to welcome Fox and Wolves from Australia. Good day, guys. Absolutely
Fox.
welcome to the chat.
Good.
Okay, Joe.
I don't know. I mean, you got the Valentino.
Whatever one he's winning with.
No,
Does he win?
Mike Carreras. No. I mean, does he
Good
win?
one,
It used to be the car he got from Nico until he blew it up.
Right now, yeah,
Twice.
twice.
Oh yeah.
And I'll explain that in a second. But I can't believe I almost caught fire twice. Like it makes no sense. But
I can't.
Hey,
do
that's
it.
okay, bro. You're getting good at
Yeah.
using the fire extinguisher.
yeah, exactly. Going, oh shit, running around with like lights are flashing, sucking power from the house. No, I really think I was really impressed with the Thunder Slots, the Mark II, the Lola Mark II.
That's like a no-brainer. Thunder Slots come so well tuned out of the box.
This is my first experience with that. Hey Chris, how you doing, man?
Hey Chris. Chris has ordered Thunder Slots. They're on their way as soon as I get back.
Well, that's
Hey, Chris, welcome.
Because my whole Thunder Slot collection is on eBay now.
Oh no, I said I was gonna get. You told me you were gonna wait.
I'm not waiting.
I get
for
first
you.
pick. Chris, I'm sorry, but I get first pick when I get.
He's already.
Oh
ready to
man,
go.
I wanted that.
You know by looking at Chris's pictures, if you haven't acted on getting those cards, they're probably not there anymore.
Yeah. Oh man, Chris has got the best pictures, man. Best pictures.
They're in process of being photographed already.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just because I'm new to the analog cars. Obviously the 124s. I got 2 124 M1s coming, so I can't wait to get my hands on that. I'm still green when it comes to the.
Good choice, Joe. Good choice.
Yeah, so I'm still very green to that. So, I mean, honestly, it's
you like them psychedelic colors, don't you, Harry?
Oh yeah, something that's really in your face, yeah. Except for that one. Do you remember Nico done the live?
That's what I was saying.
I mean, God knows what they were smoking when they thought that color scheme up. It's ridiculous looking. But I love the Ardent Gem one there. I have to say, was it Warfiner or something? I don't know the name.
Oh no, I
some
think Nico
alcohol,
did an
isn't
amazing job. Nico did an amazing job filming that and actually talking to the guys, and he got
It's
there
okay.
early
We're
enough.
not talking about Nico.
it?
We're
Was
talking
it was
about the
great. Yeah, I
livery.
really enjoyed
Yeah, the
that.
car livery that Nico
You,
showed us, or else you wouldn't have seen
we
it.
don't need
Why
you
are
to
you,
get all
Brazil? I'm
defensive
not
about
getting
Nico.
defensive. I'm saying it was a
Take
good.
it
He
easy.
brought us there. Oh my goodness! It's Friday. Is it Friday yet? Is it Friday yet?
We'll see you, Warren. Thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! They're 10 minutes
Okay,
away.
thanks, Warren. All the best.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes.
So Harry, which car is your favorite right now this year?
My car? Oh no, you're not supposed to reverse the question. That's not fair.
Of course we are. We're just having a chat. What's going on?
You can't throw out a question out there without a boomerang back.
I don't know.
And the next one back, so you better scramble.
Do you know the very truth is, all right, and it's going to sound really boring and pathetic, but I still haven't found anything that gives me the same fun and simple thrills as the Pioneer Legends, and that was my favorite car last year. And I've got some other cars in. I've even got the BRMs, and I still keep on throwing the Pioneer Legends onto my track and flying around.
Yeah, and they're easy to upgrade to be digital too. But you just put a processor.
Yeah.
I don't want to make cars digital. I don't want to digitize cars.
The Legends are perfect for you and Jen to race. It'd be so much fun. Just put 2 caution chips in them, and they're digital ready. And it's like so simple.
I bought the switcher for that reason, so it saved money. There's no point. I can lap tracks. I can go in the pits. We can do everything.
You can't go in the pits with your analog cars.
Yeah, of course. The app tells. Okay, you don't go into the pits. Where's Dan? Dan disappeared.
Dan disappeared because you're about to say something. Oh,
there you go. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, the
Slot,
Revos, man. The Revos are beautiful. The Revos are beautiful.
We should put a Kevin. Dan, what's your favorite car outside of Reefer Slot?
Yeah.
Well, you would have to choose something from the. No, I really like this one.
Back in a minute, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Scale
nice.
Auto.
Of course, this is the RS version.
Yeah.
Really nice, super fast. I really
Dan,
like.
you picked up. Hold on. You picked up a car that some guy was selling off eBay, and you got a really cool livery, a Porsche.
Who did?
You did. Can you show that car? You know which one I'm talking about?
Porsche?
Yeah, you picked up. I believe it was like orange and white.
This one.
Oh, that's a Carrera car.
Yeah. Oh man, that guy, wherever you got that from, I
have
jumped
it.
on his site, and yeah, I know you have all the Carreras. And that guy had so many cool cars. He had the Martini livery Carrera, like Porsche Carrera, which was so rare. And at a good price.
You like this?
Yeah, I like that car a lot.
Oh, cool.
I have another car to show you. I haven't even run this one yet. Did you ever get a car and you really like it and you're sort of saving it up for doing a special review? So I absolutely love this Vivo Slot car.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
the
that
new
one I do
Escort, right?
like.
I don't know. Is that the Escort? No, that's a BMW.
It's a BMW, and
Yeah.
it's I love that green. It's just fantastic look. So I haven't even run it on the track yet. You know, so I'm going to have fun doing a review on that, but I think I'm going to save that up for next month and do a nice fun review on it. So that is another car that I really like, but I haven't even run it yet. But I think it looks fabulous.
She's a virgin.
Aye.
Going to break her in.
Well, you got to show her the good G slot, right?
G-Slot.
Rahul, you've got some. You used to be in. I think you said you used to be in
man, thanks for
Spain
joining
quite
us.
often, yeah.
Yes.
So, are you familiar with this brand? I don't know how to pronounce it, but they sounded something like Nanu or Nunu, and they done little carts, slot cart carts.
Oh no, I don't know that.
Yeah, they're either Spanish or Italian, and they used to do little go-karts, slot cars, and but they stopped doing them now. I think they're not in production anymore. I would love to get some go-karts and slot cars.
They look cool. They're really hard to come by.
Yeah, when I go to Spain, there's a lot of rally cars. It's a lot of rally.
Yeah, they're big into rally. I mean, and they build a lot of rally tracks, don't they? And they have they're big into Ninko and stuff like that.
But, I'm searching really thoroughly for Ninko rally track. The plastic one that you can put together, a single lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking for one of those desperately.
I know Carlos in the chat, if he's still there. Carlos is big into Ninko cars as well. He's a big, great collection of Ninko rally
I think
cars.
himself. I think Carlos and Alex from Sunshine are routing their own tracks. I think at this point.
Yeah.
And I mean, a bunch with along with other
Yeah, I don't
people.
want the problem with the rally track is so permanent. I want something that can move around. So the Ninko plastic track would be perfect for a rally track.
Mm-hmm.
And I could do a hill climb.
That'd be cool.
That.
That'd be cool. Guys, I'm sorry if my phone I turned it off, it's been vibrating. We have to go. Our ride's going to be here in 5 minutes. We're headed out. We're trying to get as much fun as we can while Raul is still visiting. Thank you guys so much for having us on. It's always fun coming on Dan's
Yeah,
Live.
guys. Thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Great. Love having you
Anytime,
guys.
guys. Anytime.
All right.
Guys are
Take
the
care,
best.
Dan. Take care, Harry.
Awesome, guys. Have a good
Okay.
night. We'll talk to you
Have
soon.
a great night.
Take it easy.
All the best.
Let me pull a Harry. How do I get out of here?
I know here.
Don't ask me.
It's this button right here. Blink.
Just going back to the chat here for a minute. We've a couple of people just chatting away. I seen something that caught my eye there for a second. Chris will say the new liveries on the Reverslot Ford Escort look great.
They do. They look fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good. So,
welcome Patriot Hobbies to the chat.
So what do you guys? Yeah, it's nice to see Matt. Matt in the chat. Welcome, brother. I appreciate it, and welcome back. So what do you guys think of the metal chassis? I know for myself, I'm a really big fan of the metal chassis. I mean, even aside from the fact that it's not just specifically Revo slot, but there are other styles of metal chassis. What do you think of that drive? As for those of you who've tried one, for myself. I feel like the car's a lot more planted, and it feels like you're actually driving it a little bit more than, say, the NSR, where the NSR feels really light and sort of floaty, fast, of course, but like floaty, like you're floating the car across the track. I find with the Revo slot, it actually has a feel to it, so a little more depth, maybe. Let's see. There's a good Chris, by chance, obviously you have many metal chassis cars. What do you think of the drive when it comes to metal chassis? And I guess while we're waiting for Chris to load in, what do you think of the metal chassis, Harry?
I love the metal chassis, and it's great if you don't like running magnets, because you don't need magnets. They run absolutely lovely with the bit of weight with the metal chassis. So I really enjoyed them. I thoroughly recommend, if anyone wants to go to something, go to metal chassis cars. Give Revo slots a huge try. And 124, if you can afford it, go for the BRMs. Fabulous cars.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. I think they have a nice feel to them. Like, that it, I guess it's quality, feels
Yeah,
like
when you take them
quality.
out of the box, and there's just that feel. Even it's strange. Even here now, when I take out that TTS car, and the metal chassis is cold. You can feel the coldness in the chassis, and it's got a whole different feel to it.
Well, Chris actually has a really good point here, and this describes it pretty good. He said he likes them, but they're just different. It's a different drive.
Yeah, and you can have fun adjusting them. You can do little adjustments on the way the body sits on the rubber, the little rubber mounts. I mean, you did something with them with the little springs a while back.
Yeah, it was when the Revo slot first came out, the 510s, there was that problem where the back wheel sunk into the wheel well and would actually rub. So I just made a little strut because they had made the mount not tall enough, I guess would be a way of putting it. So what I did was I put a AFX spring inside the mount around the screw so that it created even more of a buffer. And I actually just finished redoing. I did this one too. It doesn't need doing, but I find it gives me a nice ride, and I get a little bit of a strut effect from it. So it would be kind of a very weak effect of what you would get from a full chassis car like this, where the wheel.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and
I haven't got any of these. I actually don't have so many different brands. I mean, I've no Thunder slots, I've no NSRs, I've no MR slot cars. So I have to experiment and get a few of these not metal chassis, but plastic chassis, but with a lot of adjustments on them. So I have to get some more of these cars just to get one of every car. Like Joe was saying, it'd be nice even to just have one of every brand just to test them and see what I think of them.
right, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
what I sort of tried to do too. Get a couple of each premium car just to test them out and just see how they
yeah,
work.
yeah,
Yeah, this is uh non-mag. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Non-mag for all of my Revo slots except the GT1s. Now, my reason being is the GT1s are a race car that is made to be sucked against the track. And I feel like the magnet just sort of adds to that. You can hear that the chassis is pretty loose. And then of course everything else Revo slot wise, like the CLKs don't have magnets, the 510s don't have magnets. For
yeah,
me, the magnet thing, it's all about the drive or how I feel that particular car should drive. To me,
yeah.
the GT1 is plain up, slap to the pavement kind of car. I feel like the CLK would be just a little greasier around the corners, and certainly the 510s are probably sliding around the corners
But
as
it's
much
like
or
the way a lot of people, I think Massimo, I think I remember saying in particular, a lot of people with their Formula One cars, they leave the magnet in because the Formula One cars have terrific downforce in real life, you know.
and that's
So,
sort of how I'm looking with the GT1s as well too. At one point, I
mm,
did have them out, um, the magnets out, and I felt like the car wasn't acting like the real race car should, or at least a version of. Because let's face
yeah,
it, I mean, we would like these cars to act like the cars how they look. Some of them look pretty
yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
And that's why I love my Revo slots without the magnets, like a Ford Escort. Like you come out of the corner and you hit the throttle and it gives a little bit of a wobble and then it grips and it goes down the straight
Yeah,
and they're so you get that little bit of realism as well. The Revo slot, the original tires work actually really well. You know, there's a lot of slot cars you buy. If you take a magnet out of a Carrera, the next thing you do, you're looking for Paul Gauge tires to make it. But the Revo slots on the original tires, they run really well.
they do. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, they run really nice actually. Now, I do think they need just a little bit of truing, but I could tell you this much: if you try and true a Revo slot tire with a too heavy of a grit sandpaper, you're gonna ball up the rubber. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's exactly what'll happen right away. The rubber will ball up, and that's it because it's so
Yeah,
soft.
breaks
It's
up. Yeah.
it's a very nice compound, very good compound rubber on the Revo slots. It feels like they've actually put some actual time into it. Now, I buy Paul Gauge for all my cars, and but the Revo slot rubber is absolutely fantastic. Give it a quick little sand, just very quickly, just to take the height off. You can see this ridge that I'll show you quickly right here. You can see that ridge right there. It's literally just a shadow now because I just dropped it on the sandpaper super quick and just took that off of there. No big deal. So it's a really nice drive once again, take them all magnets out, car break out naturally then. Yeah, it's it's definitely, the magnet question, whether it be HO, right? Whether it be HO or large scale, the magnet question is the same thing on both sides of the fence. Do you run with magnets? Do you run without magnets? Right? Do you upgrade your magnets? These are the questions we ask, and it doesn't matter what scale you're in. Right away, I'll be putting out a long form video on slot cars. One of my most famous videos right now is HO slot cars and what to buy kind of thing. So I will be doing that with all scales slot cars because I've noticed I'm sort of in a unique position where I can actually talk about just about every scale of slot car now and actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. Right? If you can't make them smile, you got to baffle them with your bullshit. And so that brings me to I have this joke I've been dying to tell everybody. Some of you who've known my channel for a while will probably have heard this at least once before, but most of you probably haven't heard it. So here we go. Damn, this is a good one. All right. So this completely nerdy guy, he's walking down the beach, we'll say like Florida. And he sees this popular guy, and there's all these girls flocking around him. And he thinks to himself, I wonder what I have to do to be as popular and famous like that guy. So all the girls went into the water, and the guy was by himself. So the nerdy guy walks up to the popular guy and says, hey, listen, can you tell me how it is that you have all these girls around you? The popular guy takes the nerdy guy to the side and says, okay, listen, guy, this is how you do it. He says, you take this potato and you put it in your pants. And the guy's like, oh, well, I can do that. No problems. So the next day, once again, the cool guy is on the beach with all the hot girls, and up walks the nerdy guy, and he's got the potato in his pants. Except now all the girls are running away. Where are they going? He says. The popular guy looks at the nerdy guy and goes, bro, listen, the potato, it goes in the front of your pants, not the back.
Oh, that's a dad joke.
That's long form dad joke.
Well, Dan, I'll leave that up to the chat. I'll see if the guys think. Hey, listen, just to say, Clearwater was saying, Greg was saying that, the metal chassis are great, and these sort of cars, Revo slots are great. But there's a lot of people who home races will just as happy to buy a lovely Escort, say a Scalextric Escort or a Fly car. So it depends on how much you want to spend, and if you're just a home racer who just races at home with a couple of buddies, and you haven't got the money to be buying these more expensive cars, that's understandable too. I mean, I'm the very one who goes and buys some Fly slot cars as well when I ain't got the money to be buying Revo slots.
Yeah.
So we have that aspect as well. And then when I'm really poor, I can go and buy the 142 Carrera Go cars and still have fun.
Well, that's just it, right? It's pretty much what you need fits into your lifestyle. Literally, I mean, it's like Raul was saying. Now he's going to change to mostly focus on 124s, and he's absolutely correct because his reasoning, I should say, is absolutely correct. The detail and all the space and kind of stuff. I've already thought about buying a few BRMs because I really think I can do a lot underneath the shell of those cars. Like as is, I've already lit up the Revo slot 510s with digital chips and lights and stuff. But I could only imagine how great it must be to have all that room underneath that shell, right? A 124 car. Here, put this
Oh
little chip
yeah,
in there. Lots
yeah.
of
The
room.
amount, the
And I'm
amount
gonna
of
light the
room.
crap out
Yeah,
of it. It's gonna look like a
yeah,
parade float, brother.
yeah. And even working on these, 124 cars from my awkward hands, it's great. You know, it really is. It's so good. I mean, I took that Carrera apart today. This Mercedes. I took this apart today to start painting it. I mean, I had it apart in about 10 seconds. I'd already lost one of the screws. You know, things flying everywhere. So the 124 cars are lovely to work on. Loads of room in there, and as you're saying, for chips and all sorts of stuff,
Right?
and plenty of room to add weight. You have lots of chassis there, lots of places to put a bit of weight in without your magnet, and you know,
Yeah, the weight, that's important too, right? After so much time, like I like to run my cars. Like I don't plan on putting a digital chip in this car yet until I've run it like literally no word of a lie, probably about 200 laps on my track because I
yeah,
want the car to be like primed and ready to roll before I start
yeah,
jacking it up, right? That would be
yeah,
ridiculous to jack up a car that hasn't been run, right?
yeah. You got to get it settled in, get it
Yeah,
bedded in.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly a good way to put it,
yeah,
so and I'm having so much fun driving them around. It's amazing. So
yeah.
yeah.
And even the Carrera, the 124 Carrera cars. I mean, you know, you put the Paul gauge tires on them. Now, sometimes I don't take. A lot of people take magnets out. Sometimes I only take one magnet out. I might leave the rear magnet in beside the axle, which is
Hmm.
not as powerful of a magnet, and then put a bit of weight in the center. So you don't have to take both your magnets out. You can get it tuned where you'll still get those drifting around the corners, but have that little bit of grip as well. So you don't necessarily have to remove both your magnets. There's loads of options you can do, and that's much easier with the 124 cars. There's loads of room to play.
Yeah, absolutely there is, and I'm really
So,
looking forward to that. I'm gonna do a whole build series for my members and everything. So build up a couple of 124 cars that me and Irene could race around. I'll light them up like I said, like a freaking parade float, and
yeah.
it'd look pretty
And
good.
no drama saying for you to remember taking the magnets out of the 140 tours. Yeah, I just, no, I couldn't get them to run at all without magnets. They were
Super
terrible.
greasy, too light, hey?
Ah, no way. I just said, no, put the magnets back in and just use them as they are. Now, I know there is guys who take the magnets out and put a bit of weight in them. And if I spent longer, I probably could have got it running reasonably well. But for me, it's as easy just to leave them with the magnets in and let them fly around.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
right.
so,
Like how technical, but once again, it's a hit and a miss thing too, right? Like, do you maybe you don't like running magnets? Um, you know, it's very hit and
yeah,
miss. Like in all scales, the magnet question is probably the age old question, right? Do you or don't you? Do you run
yeah,
magnets or don't you? And there are many people who have various reasonings for what they do too. Like I said, the reasoning for why I have the GT1s magnets still in them and everything else,
yeah,
no, right?
yeah.
Because, you know,
It just
it
gives you an
feels like,
extra option. Yeah.
yeah,
That's like the guys are saying in the chat. I mean, you know, and I'd never say to somebody, oh, you know, you have to run your magnets. Absolutely, everyone to their own, and you can have one magnet in. I actually I Formula One, and I cut some magnets in half to try that and see how that worked
oh,
on my
yeah,
Sky
yeah.
Electrics F1 cars.
Yeah,
You
or
know,
what
so
you can do is you can put a piece of saran wrap, literally a saran wrap over the magnet and put it back in the Carrera car, or you can even use a
yeah,
piece of paper and put the magnet back in the Carrera car.
yeah, just
Because
brings it
I
up
know
away a bit.
Steve from Shen RC or BS Slot Cars,
Yeah.
twice now he's found Carrera magnets where they put the paper on the wrong side. So the paper
Hmm.
was under the bottom and it should have been the magnet with the paper on top of the magnet. Instead, it was the magnet on top of the
Uh,
paper. So
yeah, yeah,
because
okay.
when you pick it up and you do the drop test on the track, right? Is it grabbing?
Hmm.
How's it grabbing? One car you could literally see it wasn't barely grabbing at all, and the other car was like
Yeah.
stuck to the wall kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and I was sitting wrong. Yeah.
So it's
Again, with the Pioneer Legends, I take the magnets out of them and I put a 5 gram metal, the wheel balancing weights.
yeah.
I put a 5 gram wheel balancing weight right in front of the motor near the center of the chassis. And for me, that's all they need. And they run spot on like that. You know?
Yeah, that's no wrong way to do it. That's exactly correct. It's whatever you want to do. It's whatever you feel comfortable. There's no right and there's no wrong, because there's no right way to set up your track unless, of course, I mean, driving wise, right? Of course, there's a wrong way you could set it up so it just doesn't work at all. But I mean, really, whatever you want, whatever your idea is, then that's the way it is. That's how it goes. So
Yeah, and Robert is saying that don't forget with little tinkering, the HO cars can run around your larger scale tracks, which is something you'd be doing as well, Dan.
right.
And Steve
Yeah,
and
and
Steve
I
as
have.
well from BS Slots.
That's what led me to doing the HO digital HO on the HO track. Now, of course, I have that digital setup already ready to go, and I've tested it out, and it works just fine. But I got to tell you guys, I don't think digitizing the HO track is a good idea, and that's just because of its size. It's too small, and I don't think trying to fab it up is going to do anything spectacular. I think my top thing right now is just use the HO cars that are digitized on the Carrera track, because the HO track just is not, it's not big enough, it's not wide enough, and I don't see any innovation coming. The digital team is working on switchers for HO track, and of course the cars will be ready for that. But like I said, I really wish somebody would get to work on a larger, a little bit of a wider HO track, because
What about the Carrera Go track, Dan, for running the HO cars on Carrera Go track?
the Carrera Go track would be much more appropriate for an HO car, for sure. Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, this is 1964 you're looking at here.
Yeah, so they haven't really done anything with it. Is that what you're saying? They haven't changed it at all, have they?
1964, brother. And I'll tell you how exactly old this is. This is an original. Well, the mold to make this AFX Race Masters piece of track was made by Aurora. Aurora is like one of the first HO scale slot car companies to produce HO scale track.
Okay.
So if they're still printing them with Aurora on the bottom, what does that tell you? That they're using the same track from when it first got going. Now, I can tell you that this is not the same. This track has innovation in it. Right? See if they have a date here on this one. Normally they do. No, they don't. But this is innovation.
I know. Yeah, I mean they've upgraded their digital system. The Carrera, at least not so much, but they're trying new things. They're updating their electronic system, and not so often now. People in the chat will probably come straight away and say to me, "No, they haven't updated in 15 years," but at least they've updated. Like where the AFX stuff is just like going nothing. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the banked corners off my super speedway, my AFX track, my HO track, and I'm gonna lie the corners flat with 15-inch curves. Whoops, excuse me, 15-inch curves. Because what I'm finding is, because it's a CAN motor and it's digital, the moment that the HO slot car hits a little bump on the curve, it disconnects power from the digital chip, and it instantly stops the motor instantly. But briefly. I don't mean like super long. I mean like just enough to jerk the car, and then it's still full speed, right? So this car, if you use this style of car, what's happening is the armature is already spinning. So when the motor gets disconnected briefly,
It
it
still
still
spins.
spins like it doesn't miss a beat, because the motor is
Yeah.
still spinning. With the
Well, the
CAN
motor's
motor,
acting. The motor's acting like a flywheel in a
yes,
car. It's just,
yes.
Yeah.
And with the CAN motor, it instantly just, for that quick second, you can see the car jerk, dunk, and
Yeah.
that makes it really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking apart the whole outer ring of my HO slot car track and that kind of thing. So I'll be getting ready to sell off a whole bunch of used HO slot cars. I got to downgrade my inventory of HO slot cars. I got too many of them. I can only drive so many at a time. I only have a 4-lane digital or 4-lane HO slot car track with a super speedway and a drag strip. But hey, a
But I
little
think
bit of
that's
everything.
it's kind of similar to what I think he's not here to say it, but I think it's kind of similar to what Rahul was like. He too many cars, and he said, no, I got to downsize and go to a specific type of car that I'm going to collect, and you can end up with tons and tons of cars, and you can still only race one at a time.
Right? Yeah,
So
they're just piles, and
yeah,
the major HO companies, one being Auto World, they're just, it's a big cash grab right now. But let's take a look at those chassis again one more time quickly. Let's see if I can get this figured out this time. Oh yes, here we go. Okay. So
just before you go, just to say welcome, Doug from Magnetic Racing. It's cool for you to drop in. I don't know if Doug's actually in the UK at the moment, so if he is, it's very late. So thanks for staying awake.
where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we go. Hey Doug, thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate it. So I know you guys are into HO stuff as well too. What do you guys think of this new Auto World CAN motor chassis? They're gonna have this configuration in all of their HO slot car chassis. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and it works right in with my digital HO slot cars too. And the reason
Definitely
being,
simplifies things.
it literally looks like a Revo slot setup where you just cut the wires and you put the digital chip in between it. So should work out pretty good.
Well, that would be the chassis. That would be the chassis and motor to go with. If it's just, have you found a chip small enough to go into those HO cars, Dan?
Sure have, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on.
Cool.
Let me just give me a quick second here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here it is, guys. So everybody who's here right now, you're about to see what the digital HO slot car is all about. So here it is. All right. Here it is. Glad you all liked it. Just kidding. This is what it looks like. Okay. All right. And then you get it into there.
You worked that into quite a tight space. Yeah, good job to get that
So
in there.
of all the chips available in the slot car world right now, this Slot Technic chip is the smallest one that I could fit into or underneath the chassis of the AFX cars.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't forget, they have to have the optic eye as well too, and you can see that right there.
Yeah,
So
good job.
a lot of stuff goes into a little car.
And you can run them on the full size Carrera track. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got many videos of me doing just exactly that. It works great with just an added little bit of thickness to the guide pin so the car doesn't bounce around in the slot. Essentially, this car just runs around my Carrera track like it belongs there.
That's great. Cool.
Yeah. So it's what HO needed. Now, keeping in mind what I've just showed you here, guys. Okay, so here's the key. All right, you have to disconnect the motor from the shoes. I'll show you that right here. Okay. Whoops, wrong side. So you can see the shoes. You can see wire leads. I wish this would focus better. You can see wire leads coming off the shoes here. Okay. And then I've disconnected it from the motor and just put the chip in between. Now, the genius about this brand new chassis that Auto World is putting out is, as you can see, the wires are already there. I don't have to do any modification to the chassis at all. Literally, Auto World has done all the work for me, and all I have to do is cut the red wire and cut the black wire and put the chip in between.
That was nice of Auto World to do that just for you.
It sure was nice of Auto World to do that for me. For us, for the slot car community, and anybody who's interested in digital HO slot car. I know Matt is. So it's the Slot Technic chip.
Yeah. Did you see what Ron was saying? Ron was saying you should be converting HO vans because there'd be more room inside for the chip, which is great. Yeah.
That's why I have these. Robert Fish sent me these. They're original. They're not the reproduction that Auto World makes. These are the original ones. And they will fit the chip perfectly. Not to mention, this truck is made to fit the Auto World chassis that's coming.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking bodies. I like those.
Man, I tell you, that's awfully nice of Auto World doing that for the people in the slot car world. I muchly appreciate it. So let's hope they are out sooner than later. They say first quarter of 25. So we'll see how that goes.
So Daniel is saying, are you the designated suitcase packer in the house? If you can get that chip into that little HO car.
That's okay, guys. The first chip I put on the car was the Carrera, just the normal Carrera digital chip. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was a squeeze, I'd say.
Fit it under here. It's the Mystery Machine.
Oh, yeah.
But look at all the space. Plenty of room. I was thinking if I have to use a Carrera digital chip, I'll have to use this.
Yeah.
But that would look like garbage. So, yeah. So, anyways,
yeah. Do you think Robert is saying the Auto World chassis? Hopefully, they're a reasonable price.
Well, you see, Doug. I've been talking about this current Auto World chassis coming for a while now. Apparently, Me and Robert have been talking about it on live streams for quite a long time, and it's been very quiet. Nobody's talked about it. I think a large part of that has to do with people not wanting to put it out there in case they're wrong, in which case, it won't look so great.
Yeah.
But I've known this is coming. Me and Robert have known this is coming for quite a while, and we've been sharing this information about this chassis because this chassis is revolutionary, and I'm hoping that it's going to maybe allow Auto World to free up and start doing some other things, some other important issues.
Yeah. Mm.
Talking about the digital, do I think now? As you can see, Auto World has already done the work here. For these chassis, okay. Now the chip is already there. I can't imagine it would take too much variation of this current chip they have there, uh, because Carrera did it. Carrera has a digital chip that's the same size as their analog chip. I don't see why Auto World couldn't just do a little this, that, or the other. When it comes to chips this size, they're not very expensive when you're getting thousands of them made. So this is a very unique opportunity here because all the hard work that I had to do in tearing down the AFX car and rewiring everything, taking the motor out, remounting it, putting leads from the shoes, as you could see here, Auto World's already done that. So to me, this
Yeah.
chassis reminds me of a Revo slot chassis with two wires leading from the guide to the motor.
But Doug was asking, do you think any of them will make a digital version themselves?
Well, I'm wondering, it's possible. There has to be a push from somebody, and they have to probably feel like they're going to miss out big time. Right now, currently,
Yeah.
nobody in the HO field even puts any money into this kind of thing because they're all just busy making money off of cars that lots of people don't want. And it's not moving the hobby forward of HO. HO is getting a bit stale right now because there's no innovation going on. Oh, because you made the new car or you put out the new F1 by AFX. Well, that's not revolutionary. That didn't change the industry at all, right? And in fact, when you think about it, where is AFX F1 now? Why haven't we seen whites for that? Kind of strange that AFX puts out their best car they've produced in 20 years. Nah, let's just say 15. The Peugeots are pretty nice cars. But there's nothing going on. So
Yeah.
a bunch of HO
But
tracks going around the Carrera track would look really cool. I guess so fast you haven't seen my video on that yet, brother? I already did it. It's already done.
yeah, I think generally that's what the guys are saying, and even Robert is saying, like, in the Peterbilt truck, like the bodies like that would be perfect. They'd look fantastic with a chip in them racing around.
And it totally would too. And it could work out because this is an Auto World chassis, right? But the 1.5 AFX chassis fits the same size.
Yeah, it's a straight swap.
Yeah, so it's not really a big deal. And these new chassis coming from Auto World now, they should be pretty good. Hopefully they put some serious time into these because I should mention also that they do say that they're going to keep producing the other chassis. Now, once again, we can have a talk about how labor intensive it is to build one chassis compared to the other. And then we can have an economic talk about whether they're actually going to keep producing those chassis or not. Parts, I definitely believe that the parts, they'll keep producing the parts for these cars because their cars have been out for years and years, decades, right? So they're always going to need parts, and it'll always be lucrative. Parts from Auto World for Auto World cars. Now, what they won't have, and I will guarantee it, okay? I won't give a timeline on it, but I will guarantee that all their current chassis will disappear.
Yeah.
And I'll run that by you guys again, why that'll happen, just super quick. Okay, here we go. All right, here's Auto World's extraction chassis. Okay, can you see that gear back there? Okay, that's one part. The gear beside it's 2 parts. The brass gear in the middle is 3 parts. The armature itself would make 4 parts. Let's turn it over. There's 2 motor magnets there. That's 5 and 6. We have a commutator plate, 7. We have one here, 8. We have um, we have um, um, we have the 2 springs for the shoes, and of course we have what we can't see is inside there, and that's what's connecting to the armature, and that's 9 parts, right? Can you count the part? Count
It's
the
a lot
part.
of a lot of assembly there.
One. The stuff a can motor in there. That's 1 part.
Yeah, huge difference there.
9. Okay, 9. So when you could put this in your car, right? Instead of having some poor Chinese person build these by hand because they can't be built by robots, right? Where and keeping in mind, everybody, that Auto World is in a position right now where they've been bought out, and the company that now owns Auto World has been breaking down Auto World into only their profitable parts. Okay? We're all smart people here. We all can understand what's going to happen. I really would have to say that I do not see any of the standard chassis that Auto World produces now going into the future past the next few years. Putting a can motor in a car is 100%, actually probably about 300% less labor intensive, and there's more money to be made by can motor cars. Yeah, the Micro Skill Electric run really good on Carrera track.
I see. Douglas said he's in the UK, as I was wondering. So he's up late, and he's saying Ian's in Austin, Texas. I wonder if Ian got to meet Dahi. Dahi lives in Texas, so maybe he convinced Dahi to start doing a few more shows.
Yeah,
you never know. Just checking out the chat here. Robert, a lot of people always prefer the pancake motor over the inline motor because they are not solely interested in speed.
Yeah, it's going to be very collector niche kind of thing. You know, it's moving to can motor. It has to because you know, currently the entire Auto World slot car line is all hand built. All their chassis are hand built. You can't robot build them. You just can't. The brushes are too small. The springs will disappear. And if you all know what kind of a darn pain in the rump it is trying to keep that spring underneath the shoe in an Auto World car in that little cup, that's crazy. That's crazy. Gone. All I have to say is if you're going to buy an Auto World car, you definitely need to buy yourself a pit kit to go with it. And this is a Super 3 pit kit. Hey, but at least the Super 3 cars will be nice now with the can motor in it instead of the inline sadness that they call slot car. I don't even know how else to put it. All right. Okay, so Harry, any last words here? We're very quickly
And then,
rolling
yeah.
up on hour number
No,
2. So
no, guys, watch me during the week when I do my review on this TTS 124 car. I'm going to do that. I'm waiting on the post of a couple of cars coming in the post, and some other stuff hopefully arrives. So thanks, really appreciate everyone in the chat, everyone for dropping in, and great fun tonight. And my computer's working, which is good for me. I can have a little chat with the guys on the chat. So over to you, Dan.
as for myself, I'm waiting for the Carrera track cleaning truck. Having Billy on the show last week totally got me needing to have one of those now. So as soon as I come in and show one, I'm sure somebody else will need one. So there's that, and then I'll be making the video for slot cars, why to buy and what to buy for every scale. I'm in a unique position once again where I have both HO tracks and cars and large scale tracks and cars. So in my time, I've done HO for decades and large scale for about a year and a half now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I found I really wanted and what I found looking for it. So yeah, so that'll be the deal. So I want to thank you guys all for watching tonight. Me and Harry absolutely appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us. Make sure you let everybody know that we're here and we're on. And if you guys have anything you'd like us to go over or look into or what have you, then just drop us a line. No problems, guys. And if you'd like to join us, send us a line. Let us know what's going on. But for now, thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We'll catch you later.
Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it.